Let's start with the first strategy my mentor once explained to me. Learn to live on 70% of your income, not 100, and definitely not 110 like most people do. This habit became my starting point. It's simple, yet powerful. At the time, I was earning very little, and I thought, I'm barely getting by as it is. How can I possibly save anything? But Earl said, if you can't live on 90% of your income, you won't be able to live on 1,000% either. That was a shock, and it was true. Financial management is a matter of self-discipline, not math. And when you start keeping 70% for yourself and dividing the rest between education, investments, and charity, not only does order come into your life, self-respect does too. You no longer spend every dollar as if it's your last. You begin to think like a builder, not a consumer. You lay a foundation. So 70% for living, 10% for investing in yourself, books, courses, knowledge, 10% for capital that works for you, and another 10% for charity, because once you learn to give, you open a channel to receive. This is not just a financial strategy, it's a life philosophy. The second strategy, save and grow. Don't just stash money under a mattress, grow it. Money needs to work. If it's not working, it's not money, it's just paper. And I've always said it doesn't matter how much you save. What matters is how disciplined you are about it. Because discipline is the bridge between goals and results. I remember once I was late on a bill payment. It wasn't a big bill, but it hit me so hard that I told myself, enough. From now on, I manage money, not the other way around. And I started saving not when something was left over, but as soon as I received income. Automatically, systematically. Because you know what's best about automatic saving? It's non-negotiable. You just do it, like brushing your teeth, no discussion. And the third strategy, study money like your life depends on it, because it does. In school, they didn't teach us what compound interest is. They didn't teach us that a credit card is not money. They didn't teach us that the greatest enemy of financial freedom is not lack of money. It's lack of knowledge. But you can learn at any age. Today, it doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, or 80. What matters is whether you're willing to learn. I started reading everything I could find about money, about investing, about taxes, about insurance, about how wealthy people think. Not to become a financial expert, but to stop being a financial victim. And I recommend the same to you. One new lesson per week, one financial term, one principle. These are simple things, but they change everything. As my mentor used to say, one of the worst conditions is not poverty, it's financial helplessness. That's where the power lies. You can take responsibility for your financial state right now. You can learn, you can change, and when you change, everything around you changes. Your decisions become sharper, your spending wiser, your opportunities greater. Why? Because you no longer react, you lead. Ask yourself this, if every dollar were a worker, would you hire it? Or would you let it slack off, get wasted on trivialities, impulsive buys, mindless entertainment? Or would you give it a task, a purpose, a plan? You see, money is like an army. It's either disciplined or it rebels. And you are the commander-in-chief. So the first 3 steps are simple, but defining. Live on less than you earn.